What's going on to you Geminis out there? You Geminis have the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. So these three cards right here for you are, well, okay. So the Ten of Pentacles speaks to the body of wealth that you have and health, of course. A lot of you Geminis, things are going very good for you. And this also means that you Geminis are learning that how to place your energy and where to place your energy as well. To not spend your money on stupid or frivolous things. The places that you put your money is very important. And because of this, the Eight of Cups represents there's definitely a sense of you Geminis choosing to walk away from situations that look sketchy, right? Especially when it comes to other people. Walking away from like meaningless relationships, because a lot of you Geminis are learning that, things are going good for you, like I was talking about with the Ten of Pentacles. But it's gonna like you're gonna have a pullback on how good things can get because some people are going to bring you down. You can't hang around somebody that doesn't cooperate with you. If they don't want this or whatever the case may be or what have you, then they don't have to hang around you, right? So it's like the way that it turns out is it ends up being a total waste of time for a person to front like they like you when they're really wasting your time, So a lot of you Geminis are really walking away from anybody who would move like that in the first place, because a lot of you Geminis understand that it is a waste of your time. So the Seven of Wands for you Geminis, it's about how you can just kind of see where you can see the writing on the wall. You can see where things are ultimately going to go. You can't take these people seriously. There's no way that you can take them seriously, because the situation for you Geminis is that, what would a relationship with them look like? What exactly, truth be told, what exactly would a relationship with these people really look like in the first place? Because at the end of the day, it just, a person who is all over the place and, wishy-washy and everything like that, that's not going to be a very good relationship. It's not going to be a very solid one. You know what I mean? It's very inconsistent. And I don't, and personally, people putting in effort towards inconsistent relationships, I'm telling you, is stupid, because that's like the way that you treat your money. It's like people treat their money with more self-respect than they treat themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't go, like if you had a, I don't know, like if you're, I don't know, I don't know an example of this. Like if you had a broken PlayStation 4, you know what I mean? Or a I don't know, a broken Nintendo or something like that. Why exactly is it that like you would spend your money with like in a business that could only sometimes fix a broken Nintendo 64, right? No, you would go to a place that has a better high chance of actually fixing it successfully, like new. And so the thing is that a lot of you, the King of Swords and the Three of Swords speaks to how a lot of you Geminis know it yourselves that a lot of the decision making that some of you Geminis have been making, it is from discomfort. It is from loneliness a little bit. It is from self-assigned failures that you Geminis are assigning to yourself. Because with you Geminis, a lot of you Geminis, for whatever reason, I know the reason. The reason is the problems that you had in your life, right? For that situation, a lot of you Geminis have come to the conclusion that like you and this, like, this person is even viable. And it's like, this is what I be saying sometimes when I say that, you know, you Geminis, y'all could sometimes end up getting yourselves in really mischievous situations because, you know, y'all are ruled by Mercury. And it's like, y'all can end up hanging out with some street people that you're not really supposed to be kicking it with, or situations maybe on the job even that you're not really supposed to be doing or practicing certain things on a job and everything like that. And the thing is that you Geminis know good and well that you're not supposed to be out here doing that type of stuff in the first place. So the thing is that the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands is about how, so a lot of you realize that that was a terrible mistake getting with this person. And now a lot of you Geminis have snapped yourselves out of the delusion that maybe you and this person can be together, because now I'm seeing how a lot of you Geminis are seeing the forest for the trees. You're making it a lot more, the situation a lot more on its face, right? You and this person are hanging out romantically, but the two of you are not a couple, if you catch my drift. So a lot of you Geminis are understanding that that's not valuable. What's going to happen is, if you keep messing with this person, you Geminis are realizing that you're starting to get attached. So if you keep messing with this person, you're going to get even more attached. This is the reason why it is not, again, why I suggested, right? This is why I suggested that when it comes to romantic fun, if you know what I mean, and that's all the relationship is going to be. That's the extent of the quality of the relationship, right? How far you're willing to go to get to know somebody else. This is why it is that I say that that should be for a very short amount of time. Not a long time, but just a good time. Why? Because if y'all are hanging out with in a year, let's just say 3 years, and y'all are doing y'all thing, y'all can say whatever it is that you want to, even if it's a dysfunctional relationship. It's still a relationship. It still is. It's a dysfunctional relationship. But the two of you are actually together. Why? Because the two of y'all are starting to catch feelings for one another. But this is the catch-22 of when you kicking it romantically like that, but then you don't know how to say, okay, I'm done. This was just a short amount of time. I enjoyed myself. I hope the other person enjoyed themselves too. We gonna go our separate ways. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot right here speaks to how you have to, it's saying that you Geminis really have to treasure yourself. You really have to have self-respect, because regardless of whether or not you Geminis want to admit it, y'all starting to fall for this person. And this person is not a good match. This person is not really a good match for you. So the Nine of Pentacles right here is about how you just have to understand that you got to let this person go. Yes, it may not be comforting and everything like that, but you really do got to let them go, you know. Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands, Unalive card, Three of Pentacles. Wow, really? And the Ace of Wands. Wow. Crab's got this too. So, well, some of the cards anyway. The Knight of Cups and the Ten of Wands, to clarify the Nine of Pentacles, is, yeah, like, you know, it's saying that you should be giving your love and your attention to somebody that will reciprocate that, you know. The Unalive card and the Three of Pentacles, yeah, because if you don't, it's just going to make the situation between you and this person that y'all are not really too serious with one another, it's going to make it more complicated, i.e. worse. So the Ace of Wands is about, you need to have discipline. You need to be able to actually let them go. Some of you Geminis have been rolling around with them a little bit too much, right? And it's saying that you need to, this is what the card is saying, that you need to really put a cap on those things, to really, put a ceiling on that, and put a stop to that. Because if you don't, like I said, the two of y'all are going to end up in love, and you're not going to know what exactly is really going on here. That's going to be terrible.